Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, and WRLNradio.com, your home for today's R&B hits and throwbacks. I finally got it right. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. That's in our last hour here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al. Here's a song that I normally don't play. I normally just don't play it. I mean, it's a love song of sorts, but I don't do rap. But they're not really rapping in this song. Well, you be the judge, all right? Here's the world-class Wrecking Crew and Turn Off the Lights on Bedtime Stories. Master of Seduction. To turn off the lights. Hey, you better do it good. The Hoove. Moet. Shakespeare. To turn off the light. Click. The Hoove. Got to do it good. Do. To make sweet love to you. Turn off the lights. Mm-mm. Lonzo. All the lights. You say Lonzo. Lonzo. That'd be me. Got to do it good. Come on. Mm, 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 mm. You know what I'm saying? Because, boy, I'm not playing. Go on, Miss Chalet. Greg Beasley, what's going on, sir? Do, 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 do. Love you, baby. 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 Brother Pastor, I saw the bad news about Mother Gordon. Uh, I didn't even know she was sick. Not that I talked to her that much, but well, prayers going out to her family, to the family of Mother Gordon, one of our church members that build up a community outreach. Like, wow. Sorry to hear about her. Mother Sarah Gordon. Couldn't think of her first name. Wow. Mm-mm. Well, they said to be absent from the bodies to be present with the Lord. So, Kevin Brooks, what's going on, sir? Wow. But huh, we miss you too, even though it's only been a week, going on 2 weeks. We miss you too, brother. We miss you too. 2 to 3 weeks recovery. Man, you're a better man than I wouldn't have been able to do it. I know they put you under and everything else, and they do it. I've known two other people, both younger than me, who had hip replacement. I'm like, wow. But just know that you are definitely missed, Pastor. You are definitely missed. That's for sure. But, you know, your wife and Pastor Bell have been holding it down. She has she has broken out of her shell. She has taken over in the absence of her husband, and I couldn't be more proud of her. If she was my blood sister, I couldn't be more proud of her. She took control. You know, she's been handling things. She's been running things, and I'm so proud of Mary. I remember what you told me about her. She broke out of that shell. She ain't playing. The devil is a liar. She's she running things. You would be proud to see her get up there and just take over. Like I said, I'm proud of her. You know, she's broken out of that shell. She's like, this is my husband's church, and what's his is mine, and what's mine is mine. She took over. Aaliyah and One in a Million, right here on Bedtime Stories with the Peanut Butter Brother, Dr. Al Greer. Saying hello to my pastor, who's also my brother, Tyrone Handy. He had total hip replacement last week. I'm like, brother, I know you was in some pain there. Total hip replacement. I will go live on Sunday for you, sir. Yes, I will. Absolutely. Hello to Phyllis Hooper, also the Queen, Queen Deborah. Hey, Queen. I got to tell you this, Queen. Every time you post a picture, I want to call you. Every time you post something, you posted some of those throwback pictures when we was in the club back in the day. I'm like, and I keep saying to myself, I'm like, what happened? Well, what happened to us? You went one way and I went the other. You ended up getting married because I did her wedding reception. Yep, she asked me to do her wedding reception. I'm like, all right. I did it reluctantly, right? It seems like every woman that I dated, they had the same excuse. They said, well, you weren't ready to get married, and I was, so I married somebody who was ready to get married. I'm like, so I missed out. I missed out. And I saw the pic. Don't laugh at me. And I saw the pictures that she posted. I'm like, look at her. See, that could have been my queen. Oh, well. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Once again, shout out to my pastor, Tyrone Handy Sr., who is on the mend. 2 to 3 more weeks, and you'll be good as new. For you, here's Earth, Wind, and Fire, Pastor, on Bedtime Stories. Phyllis. Whoa, Phyllis. Mm-mm. Phyllis. I think about all the young ladies that I could have been with. And I'm the first to admit, yeah, praying a speedy recovery for my pastor. Yes. Yes. Not only is he my pastor, he's my brother. When I was going through what I was going through with my first wife, he was there. It was like, whatever you need, brother, he was there for me. He was there. I don't mind telling you guys, I was locked up in jail, and he sent me a lawyer. And the first thing I looked up, I was like, I was really out of it because I got no sleep. And I looked up, and there's this white guy standing in this office that they put me in because they found out that I was a celebrity. So they took me out of general population and put me in the office. And I looked up, and there was this white guy in the office where I was sitting. He said, "How you doing? I'm your lawyer. Your brother sent me." He said, "You guys look alike." We do. Well, they say all us black people look alike. Of course, Handy and I aren't related, but, as long as he's been in my life, he's been, like a brother to me. So when he said that, I was like, my brother wouldn't send me a lawyer. He'd leave me in jail to rot. So it had to be my brother from another mother. Can cops be arrested for public intoxication? But anyway, and good evening to you too, Troy. Troy, of course, is our resident comedian and, of course, hater. But anyway, so that was an experience. That was quite an experience, and one that I would not go through again. Sometimes I have flashbacks about that whole time. I have to pass Kennedy King College to get to work. So Kennedy King is where I was working at the time. So, but I guess that whole situation came about to teach me that I was not, I wasn't bulletproof. I wasn't Teflon. I wasn't any of that stuff. I was just like everybody else. I made a mistake, and I paid for it. I almost paid for it with my freedom, but thanks to prayer and a good lawyer, I got out of it. I tell you, I got out of it. And I said, this is an experience. This is quite an experience, and I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I don't have anything on me. If somebody want to take my life, boy, they gonna get a struggle, but they won't get shot by me. They might get shot by their own gun because I'm on that karate tip. I get that gun away from them. I'm gonna bust them in the kneecap. So yeah. But anyway. What am I sipping on now? This is I got some sweet tea from Checkers. And so I had some iced tea in my refrigerator, and I mixed it with some aloe vera juice. That seems to be helping, with things that have been going wrong, with me. So I've been drinking aloe vera juice for the past couple of weeks, ever since I got out of the hospital. I don't want to get caught with my, proverbial pants down again. I don't want to get sick. I don't want a cold. I don't want nothing. So, like I said, this aloe vera juice that I got seems to be working. So I plan to go back and get some more. It's $40 a jug for a gallon, but it's supposed to be the real thing, and it's supposed to, give you, boost your immune system. And that's what I need to boost my immune system. That way, no more closed eyes, no colds, none of that stuff. Good evening, Ronnie. Ronnie, yo. So I'm hoping that, it'll take care of some of it. Because I remember that Sunday that I went to church before my eye closed up, and my pastor just immediately started praying for me. Try some wheatgrass. It's good for your immune system as well. Wheatgrass. Black seed oil. I had some wheatgrass the other day. There's this aloe vera juice that they sell in the convenience store at the job, which it says it contains wheatgrass. I'm like, oh, okay. So, for my pastor, Tyrone Handy Sr. 2 in a row from Earth, Wind, and Fire. That is Can't Hide Love right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Phyllis Hooper, also to Greg Beasley, and to Ronnie Williams. Thanks for checking in on Facebook. I appreciate that. Phyllis asked me what I was sipping on, and there was some sweet tea that I had from Checkers left over. So I already had some tea in the refrigerator, so I mixed it with that and threw some aloe vera juice in there. Tastes pretty good too, because they say aloe vera juice is just nasty, and it is. That's why they tell you to, mix it with something, or just, take a shot of it and take it to the head so you don't have to taste it. So I've been mixing it with stuff, mix it with water, mix it with juice, mix it with, iced tea, anything, just mix it and drink it. Greg said black seed oil, wheatgrass. Phyllis said it's nasty, but it's healthy for you. She says she drinks it raw. Oh, okay. All right. I like it raw. That's another story, though. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with Heaven and Earth. I already did Earth, Wind, and Fire. Now we're doing Heaven and Earth. This is Guess Who's Back in Town with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Queen. Been gone so long. Black seed oil cures everything but death. It doesn't cure death. Oh, no. That's like the story in the Bible about Jesus had been gone for a few days, and Lazarus had died. And he said, show me where he is. Show me where he is. I said, okay. I said, but Jesus, you've been gone for like, you've been gone a couple of days. He probably decomposing, he's stinking and everything else. He said, show me where he is. And I'm Jesus. Come on, man. Show me where he is. Jesus went to the tomb and he could have just called everybody and everybody came out the tomb. He said, Lazarus, come forward. Lazarus said, I thought I was dead. So Jesus had the black seed oil that day. He brought Lazarus back. He said, hey, Lazarus, come forward. Lazarus said, Jesus, is that you? Man, I thought I was gone, man. Where you been? Where you been? Mm-mm. Wait a minute. Why am I wrapped up like a mummy? What's going on here? Well, Lazarus, you died. But, Jesus wasn't having it. He said, not my brother. Lazarus, let's go. Let's go, man. That was it. Phyllis said I have to hit the gym in the morning. 4:30. What gym is open at 4:30 in the morning? And can I join you? I really need to go to the gym. I have to. Some things I have to give up. And the gym is one of those things for sleep. But I plan to re-up my my membership over at Planet Fitness. Because I really need it. I let it elapse. So I'll be back in the gym. Before you know it. Yep. The ghetto call Planet Fitness. I know, right? Hey. LA Fitness is gone. The one over on, what is that, Cicero, whatever, they gone. So all that's really left is the ghetto Planet Fitness, the one on Western and the one on 83rd Street. And the only other one is in Lansing. I used to go to that one faithfully 3 times a week. Yeah. Is Grace Jones not the scariest looking broad? I'm sure she is. Yeah, to some people. Others, Yeah. Grace Jones. Oh, 111th and Doty Road. Okay, forgot about that one. 24 hours, 5 days a week for me. Well, I got to keep that in mind. The one on Doty Road is open 24 hours? Really? Anyway. I'm going to have to check that out. I really need to get back in the gym. I really do. I really do. The good crowd is at 4:30 a.m. Not for me. 4:30. Good Lord, I'm getting my good sleep on. Shoot, at 4:30. I wish I could. I surely would. Shabop, shabop. I surely would. I was supposed to be in the gym tonight, but I had to install that Blink video doorbell camera on my house. Okay. I know it's a mind thing, Phyllis. I know. I'm just having made up my mind to get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym. As much as I need it. As much as I need it. Mm-mm. Crowded Avenue. I know I feel so. I know I will. I know that I will. Yep. In fact, I used to run into my first wife over at the gym in Lansing. She said, "Oh yeah, I live out here now." I'm like, "Really? Hmm. You like the suburbs, don't you?" Okay. Yep. When we were married, she stayed with me on 63rd and Ada. And her kids came to see her. She's like, "You stay here?" They turned their noses up. Isn't Inglewood bad, mother? I'm like, oh Lord. Isn't this Inglewood? Isn't it bad over here? I was like, oh my. Glad I wasn't at home to hear that. Like, what do you mean, isn't it bad? Oh, that's right. You all grew up in the suburbs. You don't know what bad is. So you've grown up on the west side. And that's just it. Not too many things have been going on the west side. Everything has been concentrated on the south side. I'm like, either that or they just not reporting the west side anymore. They're like, that happens all the time. It is concentrating on the south side. I don't know why, but anywho. Boom. Shrup, shrup. Don't forget to share the video, guys. Shrup, shrup. Shrup, shrup. Shrup, shrup. Heaven and earth, and I only have eyes for you. Right here, bedtime stories, straight off the record, isn't it? It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Now, there have been stories, and this has been all over the news. Not only have we been talking about Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, you know, but they've also been talking about Donald Trump and Joe Biden. They say if Joe Biden wins another term, he will he will be the oldest president we've ever had. And my thing is, what's up, Russell? Shake and bake, my man. Make the people feel better. Give them the medicine. I know that's right. So if there was an election held today between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably go with Mr. Biden, who's already the president. My thing is, okay, if he dies, it'll be the same situation as when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. His vice president was Lyndon Baines Johnson. Lyndon Baines Johnson would automatically be, he was automatically sworn in as the next president, right? Same thing with Kamala Harris. If Joe Biden kicks the bucket, if Uncle Joe kicks the bucket, Kamala Harris is in charge, but they don't want that. They don't think she's ready to run the country. And I think they are wrong. Yeah. Greg said, older than Ronald Reagan? Yep. He'll be the oldest president that we've had. Now, I believe a lot of people don't want another 4 years of Trump. They don't even want 2 years of him. They don't even want 2 weeks of him, let alone 2 hours with him. And that's understandable because, because of him, a lot of us had to stay in the house in 2020, So we'll see what happens. But if he runs, I'm going to Canada. Hear the whispers and Little Red Riding Hood on Bedtime Stories. Greg Murray, what's going on, sir? No more Trump. I know, right? No more. No more. We do not want 4 years of Trump again. I mean, he was probably the most bumbling president that we've ever had. Remember Saturday Night Live, and I forgot who it was who did the president. Oh, Chevy Chase. And, he was just tripping over everything. Yeah, that's him. He's goofy. He is not somebody. I'm good, Greg. How are you, sir? That's not somebody that we want running the country. I'm just saying. But a lot of people want to see him back in office. I don't get it. So why'd you vote him out if you want him back? They said that Biden stole the election. I don't think so. They were tired of the shenanigans. I think COVID-19 kind of sealed his fate because they were saying that he was briefed before then on if we had a pandemic, a global pandemic like we did. And he kept saying, oh, it'll go away. As soon as the weather changes, it'll go away. Well, guess what? Did it go away? Did it subside? Did these scientists and doctors and everything else, did they come up with the cure for it? Or, like I always say, there's no money in the cure. The money is in the treatment. People are still walking around with AIDS, except for Magic Johnson. I'm just saying, you know, people are still walking around with AIDS. There is no money in the cure. Once you're cured, that's it. Here, take this shot. This is like polio. The cure for polio was the polio vaccine. And that was it. No more polio, right? Why can't they come up with a cure? Because there's no money in the cure. Once again, people are walking around with AIDS, and they don't have to. They don't have to. Trump didn't take COVID seriously until he caught it. Right. Then it was like, oh, no, we got to get rid of this. Oh, no. Because he thought he was invincible. He didn't think he could get it. Oh, I'm above that. Above the law. You're not above getting a disease. You're not above anything. You will go down as being the most bumbling president ever, the worst president we've ever had, according to Joe Biden during the presidential debates. He said, you will go down as being the worst president we've ever had. And Trump hated Obama. I've never seen a man hate another man so much. Women hate each other because, who does she think she is? Oh, my God. But Trump hated Obama. But he said that's fake news. Trump hated Obama. I mean, just deep-seated hatred for Barack Obama. Well, let's see his birth certificate. He was born in Hawaii, which is one of the 50 states of the United States. He was born in Hawaii. Mother from Kansas, daddy from Kenya. African American. I'm like, he's for real. African American. Those of us in white neighborhoods have a cure. We decided not to share it with the urban areas. There's Troy once again. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, there is no cure for these diseases. They stopped doing that a long time ago. I think the last one that had a cure for was polio. So you get your polio vaccine and you don't get polio, do you? No. Because it's a cure. There is no cure for the common cold. Oh, but there is. And it isn't Sudafed, Actifed, might be chicken soup, yes. But it's definitely not anything that you can buy at Walgreens. Or can you? I take that back. The cures are no longer out in the front. You have to ask for them. You have to search for them. when you were a kid, with the exception of Troy, our mothers gave us Fletcher's Castoria, Father John, and was it 3-6 tonic or something like that? Whatever it was. And the cure was in that whole concoction. And the cure was cod liver oil. They have, yes, because I'm only born after 1940. You can't find those things that I mentioned. You can't find them. You have to look for them or ask for them. They just don't have it out anymore. I went to Walgreens to get cod liver oil, and all they had was fish oil. So you have to search high and low for cod liver oil. It's the cure. Patty LaBelle, love, need, and want you, baby. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you to Greg Beasley. I know castor oil was the worst, but castor oil was a cure for the cold because it was inside Father's John, Fletcher's Castoria, and 3-6 tonic, I think it was, one of those. But anyway, speaking of Greg Beasley, he sent me this. Four Top singer says racist hospital staff put him in a straitjacket. The leader of an iconic Motown music group has accused the Detroit area hospital for racial discrimination after he revealed his celebrity status to employees. And they responded by putting him in a straitjacket. Rather than taking the Four Tops Alexander Morris's identity seriously, hospital workers allegedly restrained the musician and told him to sit his black ass down. They thought he was delusional. Morris, who is black, said, I believe that it was inherited racism. According to a local outlet, ABC7 in Detroit, Morris took an ambulance to the Ascension Macomb Oakland Hospital after experiencing chest pains on April 7th due to safety issues he'd had in the past. Morris attempted to explain who he was to the hospital staff, the Detroit News reported. But he said they did not believe anything he said and refused to see his proof of identity. Morris has been performing as the lead singer of the Four Tops since 2019. And the R&B group, of course, was formed in the late 1950s and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The racially profiled Morris thought that they racially profiled Morris and thought he was lying, according to attorney Maurice Davis. They thought he was a mentally ill patient instead of a successful black man and placed him in a straitjacket. That's not funny, but it's stupid. I'm like, wait a minute. He joined the Four Tops in 2019, and they put him in a straitjacket. They're like, sit your old ass down. You ain't one of the Four Tops. All right, sing Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. Oh, you are one of the Four Tops. We sorry. No, you're going to be real sorry. Because he going to sue the pants off of y'all. Sit your old ass down. Here are the Four Tops on Bedtime Stories. Thanks, Greg, for that story. Told him to sit his old ass down. Damn. Mm-mm. Well, yes, I did. I certainly did. I was like, what? Say what? They thought he was lying and racially profiled him. I said, come on, old man. You ain't one of the four tops. Come on now. You won the four tops. Mm-mm. Thank you for that story, sir. Thank you. That was a good one. Ken Wadlington. Yeah, that was a good story, Greg. Thank you. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yeah, that was a good one. That was yeah, because they going down. They are going. They, they going down. Mm-mm. I bet that won't happen no more. I bet you if I walk in there and say I'm Kirk Franklin, they'll believe me. They're like, well, that other guy said he was one of the four tops, so this guy said he's Kirk Franklin. Then, yeah, knowing damn well I don't look nothing like Kirk Franklin. Mm-mm. He said, "Go sit your old ass down. You ain't one of the four tops." That's that's sad. That's really sad. He's complaining of chest pains, and they're like, "Go sit your old ass down. You are not one of the four tops." Wow. So if they're doing celebrities like that, what are us common people? We don't have a chance, do we? Us commoners. Leah Shores, what's going on? Long time no see. Leah told me one time, she said, we should just go ahead and get married. I'm like, okay. Then I didn't see her anymore. I'm like, okay, bet. I think she just wanted to get married that day. After that, I didn't see her no more. She wanted to get married right then and there. But because I wasn't, I didn't jump. It's like, no, you don't want to get married. You don't want to get married. Mm-mm. She said, you ain't ready to get married. She was ready that day, weren't you? It reminds me of that scene in Coming to America 1. She's, the lady said, if you're really a prince, I'll marry you. And gave her them earrings. Woo! If you're really a prince, I'll marry you. Granny was serious too. Oh. It's like, Leah, we haven't been together in years. You probably forgot what it looked like. Anyway, let me stop. My daughter might be watching. Daddy. What? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Daddy, what? What it looks like? Yeah. No, you didn't what? You didn't forget what it looked like? Mm-mm. Yeah. I challenge anyone to come and get me right now, okay? Anyone, come get me. You know, it's like it's been a rough, what is it, 6, 7, shoot, almost 7 years. It's been a rough 7 years. It's been rough. When I tell you it's been rough, mm, even when I was in a relationship, it was still not, it wasn't what I wanted. You know, it's, and I tell you this, and I never said this out loud. It's like sometimes you're just going through the motions. You know, it's like sometimes we settle. And I think at that point I was like, okay, all right, well, what? What, Leah? And I was like, okay, I'll go ahead. You know, old age. Nobody old up in here. What are you talking about? Shoot, 62 ain't no death sentence. Trust me. I'm in better shape than my daddy was at this age. You know, shoot, I'm in way better shape than he is. Even not going to the gym, I'm still in shape. So, but nah, yeah, I'll show you old age. My address is. Mm-mm. Oh, you're old. Okay, 55. Girl, I'm 62. The Four Tops, and I just can't walk away right here on Bedtime Stories with the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It's talking about she's 55. Please, you're probably the youngest one on this page besides Troy. 55. Good Lord, you're a baby. Shoot, I'll be 63 this year. And I'm in way better shape than my dad was. Way better shape at this age. Yeah. Yeah. He had finally stopped smoking and drinking and everything else. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Anyway, Bedtime Stories is sponsored by our good friends over at Grubhub. You're welcome. You're still a baby. 55, please. You got records older than that. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You're welcome, sweetheart. Grab what you love, or grab what you love, in my case. How often do you hang out with your good friends at Grubhub, and what are their names? That is so funny, Troy. That is so you man. You're gonna be a comedian, boy. You about the same height as Kevin Hart too. Just the wrong complexion. Grubhub is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, as well as Rainiel Media Station WRLN. Stands for, well, those are his initials. He may not want me to tell you guys his name. So yeah, Radio. Anyway, hey, Leah, hey, like I always say, there's nothing but space and opportunity, sweetheart. You know, I might be old, but I ain't cold. I still know how to bury the bones. Just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean there's no fire in the furnace. And at my age, well, at this age, most guys are usually, doing the Viagra thing. No Viagra right here, baby. I might partake in a little marijuana. That does the trick right there. But even with that, I'm still by myself. In the words of Billy D in the movie Lady Sings the Blues, you want my arm to fall off? This guy had a birthday a few days ago. Is Narada Michael Walden and delightful on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Sting a Your love is delightful. Oh, delightful. Oh, I got gummies. You won't even smell a thing. Pop 2 gummies, and it's on and popping. You ain't got to smell it. Mm-mm. Nope. No odor around here. Yep. They got liquid marijuana. Oh, no. Yep. I mean, ever since they made it legal, they're like, oh, shoot. For those that don't smoke, you can eat it. You know, they have marijuana infused snacks. Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a twofold. It gives you the munchies, but you're already eating munchies, which is crazy because Cheetos, Fritos, and Doritos infused with marijuana. And my thing is, you eat a bag of those, and then you get a regular bag that is not infused with marijuana. Because the more you eat, the higher you're going to get. So maybe 2 or 3 Doritos or Fritos or whatever. And then after that, regular munchies. Because you don't want to eat the whole bag. You might miss work tomorrow. I'm just saying. But I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. But fellas, before you try Viagra, try some medical marijuana before you try the Viagra. Okay? Try that first. If that works, then you're good to go. But don't go for the gusto just yet. Okay? I mean, not unless she's, in her 20s and you're trying to impress her. So, are you doing a dedication show to the Beastie Boys? I don't think so. You're retired. Okay, well, get your butt over here if you're retired. Like I said, it's nothing but space and opportunity. Ain't nobody in this big old apartment but me. So, the words of Will Smith, getting jiggy with it. Okay. He said, I'm retired. People just decide they want to just text me in the middle of my show. Like, really? Sender not in your contact list. But I know, Leah, you ain't gonna bust a grape. I understand. Am I good? No, I'm not good. Shoot. Shoot. I got the arthritis like what you call it? Fred Sanford. Oh, you good? Okay, cool. Hey. He just had a birthday a few days ago. Narat Michael Walden and Alone Without You, right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Leah's doing a what I call a Darlene Hill. She's just teasing me. Y'all like to tease, and that's cool. It's cool. They like to tease me all the time, especially Darlene Hill. She likes to tease me. Like, girl, I ain't gonna bust a grape. I ain't trying to get fired. That'll be the one time she's like, go ahead, touch me. I'll be like, no, no, I'm not gonna touch you. No, go ahead, Al, touch me. No, I'm not gonna do it. Give me your hand. That'll be my last day at work because it'll be like, okay, you can let go now. Like, girl, please. This is gonna be the best firing ever. I've been in radio 40 years, and this will be the first time I get fired for nothing. For nothing. You know, I've been fired before, but man, this time it'll probably be worth it. Fire me. Anyway, here's Luther. Since I lost my baby on Bedtime Stories. There's plenty of life. A new day is dawning. Oh, I'll be all right. I know. Go ahead. It's all right. Mm-mm. Go ahead. Tease me. Tease me, why don't you? So continue. You'll be all right. That's what they always tell me. You be all right. You be all right. Yeah, okay. As long as both your hands are working, you'll be all right. And like I always say, it's not about. It's not always about sex. It's about intimacy. Intimacy can last for days. You know, like one weekend. It's like from Friday night to Sunday. You know, just laying in the bed. Hmm. Oh, I'm funny today. Yeah, I'm funny. Yeah. Yep. Straight intimacy. Yep. Yep. Straight intimacy. No sex. I'm serious. You know, my thing is at my age, you know, it's like sex is not at the top of my list. It's not a priority. You know, it just isn't. You know, my thing is if it happens, it happens. But I'm not. You know, you know when I was younger, you know, it was like I was all over it. I was I was everywhere. Hold on, hold that thought. I don't know. sex is no longer a priority. Like I said, at my age, when I was a kid, yeah, you know, up until like 40, it's like when I moved in with this young lady, it wasn't a lot of sex going on. It just wasn't. Yep, it wasn't a lot of, you know. But of course, you can't explain that to another woman. Oh, yeah, right. Y'all wasn't having no sex. No. Yeah, right. No. And see, that's just it. Most women think that men have to have sex, that we want to have sex 24 hours. I did when I was younger. I did. But at this point, I cuddle up with a pillow every night, and that's it. It's not important. So that's it. That's it. That's all. I just miss having companionship. You know, I miss companionship. With my first wife, it was different. We used to do it anywhere. Eye contact, and it was over. Yep. Yep. I mean, we did it outside. But then, got older. It didn't matter anymore. What mattered was her laying next to me. That was all that really mattered. So, so that was it. T.O., what's going on, cuz? Preston Shanks. But, and I'm not saying this to, butter up women, but you all were built for us to hold on to, you know, especially black women. They wouldn't you wouldn't have all them curves if, it's like, okay, just get a blow up doll or something and that's it. But you don't understand. T.O. Hardeman, my cuz. Heartaches on me. Denise Williams, and that's how heartaches are made, right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Phyllis Malloy Bender. She said, my friend, not my buddy. Thank you. Leah Shores, and also my cousin, T.O. Hardeman. Mr. Ceasefire. Thank you so much. He said, good conversation. Thank you. Thank you. That's a compliment coming from you because you do a talk show. I don't. I just talk. That's it. It ain't no show. It's just I talk. And like I was saying earlier, about women and intimacy and young guys just wanting to jump up and down on them. And, older guys wanting to have sex at a certain age, knowing that, and the commercials say you have to be physically fit to have sex. What's the use of taking a blue pill or a yellow pill in some cases and not being able to perform, in the bed? What's the use of taking the pill if it's not, if you can't, you know, perform, you know, that's like going out and getting some Jordans and just grabbing a wheelchair. You ain't gonna get no use out of it. I'm just saying, go out and get some $200-300 Jordans, and all you doing is rolling around in a wheelchair. You ain't doing nothing. So for those guys who are of a certain age and you think that you need male enhancements, like they said about the Four Tops guy, you need to sit your old ass down. I'm just saying, you know, it's not that important unless you're trying to impress some younger chick. Oh, I got the Viagra, look at me. I'm like, yeah, look at you. And all you can do is just lay there. Nothing. Yellow pill is the Cialis, Phyllis. But anyway, Leah said, you and Steve Harvey have the same exact mindset about Black women. You all were made for us. I mean, no offense about, the Caucasian women, but they don't have what you all have. They're trying to get what you all have. Brazilian butt lifts and all of that stuff, lifting this and dropping this and everything else. I'm like, oh no. You all have it natural. And we like it like that. Here's Phyllis Hyman. I'm truly yours on Bedtime Stories. I guess the man expects for the woman to do all the work. Absolutely not. You were born with all that good stuff, all natural. That's right, T.O. We love our women. Yep. In fact, we were talking about your girl today, Africa Porter, and one of the guys at the station said, Africa was talking about her grandchildren. I said, oh yeah, she's got grown children. He said she don't look it. Oh yeah, she's a grandmother. Now I have a thing where I'm not attracted to older women, with the the pantyhose and the orthopedic shoes and the crooked wigs. I'm not attracted to that. But if there's a woman of a certain age who keeps herself up, like Africa Porter, like Darlene Hill, like Sonia Tompkins, who doesn't look like she's even aging. Sonia, of course, I worked with at VON. It's like, that when they say black don't crack on those women that I just mentioned. I don't know how old Africa Porter is, but whatever it is, she don't look it. Exactly. Thank you, cuz. Nothing like a beautiful African American woman. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. I could just, look at Darlene Hill and just look at her like, dang, you look better in person than you do on TV. It's like, dang, not to say you ugly on TV, but it's like you, girl, Queen Africa Porter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We we were doing some function at the Grand Grand Boulevard Room or Grand Boulevard Ballroom, whatever, over on King Drive. And I looked at Africa. She had on these pants, and I looked down at the pants that she had on, and I was like, the light kind of caught her. And I'm glad she didn't catch me looking at her, because I like to think that she is like a sister to me. You know, I couldn't see myself, with her like that. But she had on these pants, and I was like, I wonder how old she is. You know, it's like every outfit that she has on, it's just, she just looks good in everything with the, what do they call them? Not dreads, but yeah, the hair. And it's like, she's a beautiful young lady. She's, I know I'm older than she is, but I know she's not as young as some people, but, she wears it well. When they say black don't crack, it's for real. If you take care of it, it won't crack. It won't crack on you. Trust me, ladies. You know, she must drink a lot of water. That's all I got to say. A lot of water. Um, Also, Darlene Hill, who's with us at WVON during the afternoons, gorgeous lady. She plenty of energy. I'm like, good Lord. Is this what 56, 57 years old looks like? Or supposed to look like? She's jumping around. I engineer the show and play music, coming out of the commercials, and she's just in there dancing. I'm like, let me see what I can find to make her dance. Well, she's originally from Ohio, so I played, the usual Ohio players, Slave, Zap, you know. But I'm like, dang, gorgeous. And Sonia looks the same as she did when I first met her at VON when we were on 87th Street. She looks exactly the same. I'm like, okay. So I tease her and call her a vampire. It's like, you're a vampire, aren't you? I can't believe you look like this still. But hey, that I contribute that to good genes. A lot of women, you know, she said she gets it from her mother. Her mother doesn't look old. I said, okay. Although I don't think I want to date your mom, but okay. Oh. But it's a beautiful thing when when we see our beautiful sisters and we just sit back like, yep. Oh, Samantha Thomas, that's another one. When she first came to VON, I was like, you gonna be my little sister. And she just smiled. I said, you're gonna be my little sister. You know. And she's been doing big things since she's left VON. She's been doing big things. And I saw her one day. She was on Tamron Hall. They were, had celebrity lookalikes, people who look like Tamron Hall. And she was on there talking. I'm like, you go, sis. I was crying. I'm like, I couldn't be more proud of you if you were my own blood. I'm like, look at that. She's on national television. Little girl from the South Side on national television. You know, even though she was a TV reporter before, but you know, her and Darlene, they have personality plus. It's ridiculous. They have so much personality. You know, but all these women that I'm talking about, I just, you know, I have to say, I love you, sis. I love you, sis. I love you, sis. You know, you all make us proud. We can just sit back with our chests out, like, mm-hmm. Yep, that's my sister. That's my sister. That's my sister. That one I want to be more than her brother. So, you know, I ain't gonna tell you which one that is. So, but anyway, you know, and that's just it. And it's a wonderful thing when our black sisters love us back the way we love them. You know, it is not a, you know, it's not a learned thing. You know, you have to grow up in a family where your parents adore each other. You know, where they adore and respect each other. And if you watch them doing that, then it's easy because when you get a mate, you're going to treat them like you saw your parents treating each other. And that's it. Name of the group is called 21st Century. That is their only big hit, Remember the Rain, right here on Bedtime Stories, which features a very young Pierre Johnson, who is my brother from another mother. He and I used to do a set together a long time ago. We used to do a set together. I would DJ and he would sing. He would sing over Luther's songs, and I just knew he was going places. I just knew it, and he did. He went places. All right. He left cold Chicago to go to L.A. And he still has that voice. Still has that voice. Pierre Johnson. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to LaTanya Lynn Garrett, aka Miss Hollywood. Also to Preston Shanks and my cousin, Mr. T.O. Hardiman, aka Mr. Ceasefire. Thanks for being on my Facebook Live. I appreciate it. Here's Chicago's Emotions on Bedtime Stories. I heard Tony Orlando is making a guest appearance on The Cosby Show. I'm sure he is. I'm sure that's a rerun, though. Anyway, LaTanya Lynn Garrett, what's going on? We're going to have to plan to go back to Denny's. Go back to Denny's. Yeah. Oh, at work, as usual. Girl, when do you sleep? I don't understand. I got to say this. You know, we're talking about beautiful black women. Um, you know, LaTanya, she's got the prettiest nails. You know, I don't know when she has time to go get her nails done, but yeah. Oh, you off work tomorrow? Oh, cool. You come hang out with me at the gospel station on 59th in Michigan. You know, we can watch Netflix and chill. Hmm. I know that's right. I'm not working for anybody. I know that's right. You enjoy your day off. You deserve it. You know, I know the feeling. Trust me, I know the feeling. I'm getting my hair and nails done. All right. I can't wait to see that. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see that. Take a picture. And toes. Oh, yeah, take a picture, girl. Well, I took a picture of my feet a few weeks ago and talk about haters, boy. Haters. The hater rate was just splashing all over the place. You know, the women loved it. The guys, not so much. Man, why are you showing your feet, man? What's up with that? Why are you showing your feet? I'm like, because chicks like it. The women love it. You know, especially if you ain't got hammer time going on. Your feet don't look like Dennis Rodman's. That Negro got hooves, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna put my feet on Facebook. Yeah, look at these, baby. Yeah, yeah. Make you wanna, you know. Hmm. That's right. Put my feet on Facebook. I don't care who says whatever. And it's always the guys. It's never the girls. Oh, you got even the, even the manicurists in the shop. They say, "Oh, you got pretty feet for man." Like, thank you. I think. Like, what are they supposed to look like? Dennis Rodman? Yeah. Long toes like Eddie Murphy. Got fingers on his feet. Him and Arsenio went at it one night. Yes. Y'all think he's so pretty. His toes are long. Like, dang. They gonna bust your buddy out on TV. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But yeah, women, woo, man, they love it. You know, when a man has his hands done and his feet done, they love it. They love it. Fellas, I'm telling you. You know, I'm sure some of you all already take care of that, you know, them hooves. You know, shoot. Women love it. But that's just it. We were talking about that today on well, they were. I wasn't saying nothing. Today on VON, they say, you know, guys uplifting guys. We don't do it. We don't do it. You know, we break each other down in a heartbeat. You know, we just do. Guys don't support other guys. You women all the time, like I was joking last night with Ronnie, saying that, you know, she's that woman to be like, girl, stand up straight. You ain't got no bra on. They can see your titties. Like, shut up. We trying to look at her titties. Shut up. You know, Ronnie's that girl. Be like, you know, don't be looking at my girl like that. Oh, okay. Mm-mm. But women take up for each other. They just do. Unless they can't stand each other. Then it's a different story. But fellas, all the time, you know, you be drunk and your buddy will let you pee on yourself. He will. You're like, man, I'm not helping you. Come on, man. Come on. Just no, man, I'm not holding your stuff. No, help me, man. I can't get my pants open. They're like, bruh, just gonna have to be on yourself. Women, they be, come here, girl. Come, you get these panties down. Now sit down now. I got you. I got you. Slowly now. Guys will be like, let it rip. We don't care. That's sad. We don't care. We don't support each other. The guys, you got you on your own, bro. Y'all women are more coddling towards each other than us. We'll give a brother dap. We shake his hand. We even give him a hug. You know, some of us might kiss each other. I've kissed a couple of guys, not in the mouth and not a sexual thing, but you know, like I went to this funeral and the guy was just, and I kissed him. I said, "I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you." And that was it. But we don't do that enough with each other. The girls do it all the time. Girl, give me a hug. Kiss me. It's okay. And that's how it gets started, fellas. Dance in your eyes. Jermaine Jackson and Paradise in Your Eyes, right here in Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Once again, hello to Phyllis, to Leah. What's with the faces, Leah? You all do that all the time. Women are more coddling towards each other than men are. Us men, you know, we out drunk and everything else. Your guy will not help you. Trust me. Be like, man, I gotta pee, man. Oh well, let her rip. Just pee on yourself, brother. Women be like, come on, girl, come on. Let's go in this alley. I'll watch. I'll watch out for you. I'm like, oh, okay. Guys, nah, there's a difference, Man, here the alley. Go ahead. Oh, okay. But women are more coddling. Guys, we always on that macho thing. No, man, I'm not. I'm not like that, man. We become too macho for our own good. That whole, I'm the king. I'm the man. I don't cry. None of that stuff. I'm like, right. If you're hurt, you're going to cry. But most guys, they try to bottle it up and then they end up shooting up a post office. They just do. Because we're not equipped. Well, I take that back. We're not raised to handle our feelings. When we're little boys, no, you're a man, you don't cry. Men don't cry. The hell they don't. Shoot. Just ask me. I've been crying for the past 7 years, okay? Every night. Good evening, Miss Hill. Men don't cry. That's some bull. Please. Seven years I've been crying. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, men don't cry. Suck it up. Be a man. Yeah, okay. Suck it up and be a man. And go shoot up a post office. Obviously do not have a soul. I know that's right. But see, that's just it. We are raised to believe that men don't cry. Men don't cry. We're not supposed to cry. I'm like, yeah, okay. You think that. You really think that. I forgot to mention men do not cry. Thank you, Troy. And then we bottle all of that stuff up. We bottle it up and we become very angry. And we do. We become very angry to the point, to the point where we want to hurt everybody. Gets in our way. Victor Jackson, what's going on? Slick Vic. And that's just it. You know. My grandfather always told me when a man cries, God is preparing to move some mountains out of the way. I know that's right. And, from the time, I was a kid, you know, what you crying for? My dad he would taunt me to the point where, you know, shut up before I give you something to cry about. I'm like, you mean something else to cry about? I mean, he was just relentless. Um, and I couldn't understand it until I got older, you know. He wanted me to be this guy that I just wasn't. Hey, Connie, he wanted me to be what he was, and I couldn't be like that, you know. And that was cold and callous. I couldn't be that, you know. I'm an OG. I cry. I know that's right. But that was it. He was like, uh-uh. No, 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 no crying on my watch. Okay. And I still couldn't understand it, you know. I think I cry more now that he's gone than I did when I was a kid, because he was always telling me to suck it up and be a man. And, you know, every other week I would be in love. And his whole thing was wear a condom. Okay. I'm like, I'm sorry, what are we talking about, Dad? Wear a condom? Oh, I'm in love, so I should wear a condom. Okay. I didn't get that. So that was it. I was never taught how to treat a woman, but I saw the relationship that my mother and father had. And they were always fussing, you know, they were always fussing, you know. And when they weren't fussing, you know, they weren't talking to each other. So there was no, no communication. You know, the communication didn't happen until, Dad got sick and she had to take care of him. And by that time, I was like, I had gotten so far away from my dad, I didn't realize I still had one. Never said that out loud, but I didn't think that he liked me. So therefore, instead of asking him, why don't you like me, Dad? Instead, I would just say, I would just stay away from him. And one day my mother called me. She said, I have something for you over here. I said, what do you have for me, Mother? And she said, it's a surprise. Come on over and get it. Okay, sure. Okay. So it was one of those blood pressure kits. I was like, Mom, you know you already gave me one of these, right? She said, yeah, I know. She said, your father wants to see you. He's not doing well. This is the only thing that I could think of to get you over here. I know you all have a strained relationship. So the closer it came for him to check out, the closer we got. And then I understood. Johnny Hathaway, giving up, so hard to do. My song originally done Gladys Knight for Gladys Knight and the Pips. Beautiful song. That arrangement, boy, is just whew, does things to a brother. We're not supposed to cry, right, Troy? We're not supposed to cry. But every now and then, we break down. Even iron wears out, okay? A few minutes before foreplay, right here on Bedtime Stories, here's Boys to Men. I'll make love to you if you want me to. Lady G. I recently lost my dad, but I love the father he became. Amen. Mo King, what's going on? I understand, Connie. I did not understand my dad at first. I did not understand. I'm like, but I'm his flesh and blood. How could he hate me so much? It's not that he hated me. He just didn't understand the way I was. I was a little, spacey. I was a nerd, but I was I was a genius when I was a kid. I hated being a genius. Um, I hated being the way I was because the other kids didn't understand the way I was. So I started being dumb. I toned it down. I dumbed it down. I was always on the honor roll. I was always, answering questions in class, you know. But The women weren't impressed. I'm sorry, the girls wasn't impressed, you know, because I was closer to your moms than you were to him. Yeah. At least you got to have a conversation with your fathers, both my mom and dad. I was a mistake. Mo, don't say that. You know, even if it's true, don't say that. I mean, God doesn't make mistakes. You know, you were here for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes. You know, you weren't a mistake. Trust me. You know, just like I wasn't a mistake. You know, I am my father's namesake. You know, I may not have been what he wanted me to be, but I turned out to be pretty good. Written by Kenneth Babyface Edmonds. Boys to Men, and I'll make love to you. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. It's more like confessions tonight. My brother from another mother, Maurice King, he said, at least you got to have a conversation with your fathers. Uh, to both my mom and dad, I was a mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. Lady G said, same deal with my mom's. Couldn't get along with her because I was closer to my dad and she resented it. Before she transitioned, she asked me to forgive her for all the times she treated me badly. And I did. And, you know, I always say that, you know, some parents are jealous of their children because they didn't get a chance to do stuff that we did, you know. Like my dad was an artist. He didn't get a chance to pursue that. He had to go out and find a job, a job. You know, he couldn't say he still painted and still sold his paintings. But an artist is what he wanted to be, not what he turned out to be. But he turned out to be a great father. And he was an even better grandfather. Trust me. He loved his grandkids, boy. Yeah. I wanted to have some more for him, but you know, anyway. Bedtime Stories is sponsored by our good friends over at Grubhub. Da-da, 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 da-da. Grubhub is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis in Chicago, as well as WRLNradio.com, your home for today's R&B hits and throwbacks. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and it is time for, you guessed it, it's time for foreplay. Um, these guys hail from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At one time, they wanted to name the group Black Magic, but the record company said, nah, that's not an appropriate name. How about Blue? Well, how about Blue what? About Blue Magic. I guess. So Blue Magic seemed to have worked for them. From their first album, simply entitled Blue Magic, here's Stop to Start, right here on Bedtime Stories, with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. My mom was a dangerous woman with a sewing machine. She used to make her own clothes. I guess you can say I was a daddy's girl until I reached puberty. And then what happened? You reached puberty. Mm-hmm. That I made you cry when my mother was dangerous behind the wheel. She could outdrive dad. Boy, could she. She was dangerous behind the wheel. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. One time, she had promised to get me James Brown's Get on the Good Foot album. And that particular day was a Saturday. I never will forget it. I said, Mom, you said you were going to get me to Get on the Good Foot album by James Brown. She said, well, the store about to close now. I said, Mom, the store don't close till whatever time it was. We got in the car. Now, for those of you who are familiar with 79th and South Chicago and, yeah, South Chicago and 79th Street, that cross section. Um, Mom grabbed me. We got in the car, and you know how that intersection is. It's the worst intersection in Chicago. This was before speed lamps, speed lights. She, before I knew it, she floored it. Barely missing people, or barely being missed. I'm like, whoa, she was flying. She was flying. We got upstairs to the record shop in Sears. They were closing. They said, ma'am, we're closed. My mother said, I still see you in here. I want, I need to have this album. And I'm just standing there like, what's going on? You know, my big wide eyed self, what's going on? What's going on? That man, woman, whoever it was, they sold her that album. They sold her that album. Sure did. They sold her that album. And that was it. My mom was now a superhero to me. She was a superhero. I was like, wow. She ran that light, boy. And that was it. I got my album. You know. And ever since then, women have been important to me in my life. maybe too important, but anyway, you know, to the point where I depended on them. I truly depended on women. So, because, at one point I couldn't do anything on my own without a woman doing it. I mean, mom took care of the bills. She would sit at the kitchen table and write out the checks and, put the checks in the envelope. She put the stamp on the envelope and she would put them in the mailbox so that uh, the mailman would get the stuff that she was sending out. You know, bills always got paid on time. She paid them when they came in. As soon as the bills would come in, she would pay them. That's why she died with excellent credit. Both her and my dad had excellent credit. My dad could have got any car he wanted, drive it off the showroom floor. Any car. Yep. Lady G said, my mom was dangerous. I believe she might have been bipolar. Kind of like my first wife. Yeah. Bipolar. People don't believe that. It's like, us black folks, we don't get that. We're not bipolar. We're not this. We're not that. Men don't cry. Women aren't bipolar. Yeah, right. Damn, I do the same. Pay as soon as they come in. Yep. Am I playing Black Sabbath tonight? Yeah. After midnight, though. To the big time. Your first wife was a CRAZ? Okay. We're your therapy. Black folks are definitely bipolar. Yeah. What's this live show all about? Actually, we're talking about relationships tonight. Looter 100,000. We're talking about relationships between, is sex more important than intimacy, or do they go hand in hand? I think you can be intimate with someone without having sex with them. Unless they're bipolar, then they have to have sex, I guess. I don't know. Or just horny, But, once again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about, sex and intimacy. They don't go hand in hand because, sex is sex. It's like going on a porn site. Those people don't know each other. They just, it's like action and they have sex and that's it. But so did you ever cheat on your wife, but like not get intimate? Did I ever cheat on my wife? To be honest, I cheated on my first wife. My second wife, not so much. I was in a relationship, but I didn't call it cheating because I was just with someone, that I really didn't have feelings for, So my first wife, yeah, she deserved to get cheated on. if that makes any sense. My second wife, I never had any problems with her until she, kicked me out. That was the only problem. Same here. I pay mine as soon as online notification from ComEd, Boost, and Xfinity. Okay. Boost Mobile. That must be the phone. Xfinity must be your internet, and ComEd, of course, your light bill. Well, that's all right. You know, I try to pay them in a timely manner. Luder says, I'm in a relationship right now with someone is a whole lot better than me. She has a great job and a great future. It's almost like I'm always trying to be as good as her, not a good feeling. And it isn't. Um, you shouldn't have to be in a relationship where you're competing with somebody, you know, trying to be the better person. It's something that, and I know this is going to sound, nobody deserves to be cheated on. She did anyway. It's something that uh, Jerry Springer said. When you're in a relationship, trying to work it out, and he said, "What is it?" He said, "When you don't have to work at it, when it just happens naturally, when the two of you all just get along, and that's it." Like my second wife and I, we got along wonderful, wonderful, beautiful. So, what'd you say, Lady G? Nobody deserves to be cheated on. Yeah, they do. My first wife, she deserved it. My second wife, I never had and I say this all the time. There are three reasons why a man would cheat. Um, Number one, of course, what they're not getting at home. Number two, because uh, another woman would allow them, either knowing or not knowing that he's married. Because, women, they like detectives these days. They go on your Facebook page, they see the last post that you made. Oh, you got a girlfriend. Oh, okay. All right. And the third one is um, it's an ego thing. Most men, most black men, we have an ego that is ridiculous. You know, we think, especially, we think we're invincible. Oh, you're responding about FB community standards. Or we can't type about mental health. Oh, let me go back up to that. FB said comments about us being bipolar goes against community standards, so we can't type about mental health. Okay. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. But it's a serious thing. But going back to cheating, men cheat because they can, and they feel like they're getting away with it. I did, and I'm sure a lot of younger guys thought that they could get away with it. My father told me once, he said, if you're not married to her, then it's not cheating. I said, what? My ex cheated on me with another man while he was deployed. Does that even count? Um, that whole thing right there, Miss Hill, it only means that he had that in him all along. You know, like they say, some guys are born that way. And that's what happens. Some men are born that way. You know, call it what you want. Mama's boy, sissy boy, whatever. Um, some men are born that way. They're born feminine. When I was growing up, my my best friend on the block, I'm not going to say his name, but my best friend was gay from the time we were kids. But back then I didn't know what gay was. We were buddies, we were best friends. We were the same age, and our parents got along. His mother and my mother were like buddies. You know, throw us in the tub together, and all that stuff. But that was it. Regardless of the cheating is cheating. Yep, you're absolutely right. Cheating is cheating. You know, and that's very true. That is very true. But I think how it started with me, when I was younger, I was about 18, 19 years old. I was still living at home with my parents. And I didn't know Al Greer was deployed. Anyway, so I was at home, and my then girlfriend came to my house. I'd been, waiting for her, expecting her. She came over my house, and she said, "I have something to tell you." I said, "What?" She said, "I cheated on you." And before I knew it, I grabbed her throat and tried to kill her. There are masculine men who are gay. There are feminine women who are gay. It's no big deal to the younger generation, which is true because a few years ago, and I said this back in the 90s, I said by the 2000s everyone will be bisexual. Miss Hill said, "I found out when I did. I'm not single 15 years and counting now. I'm close to 40. I threw in the towel permanently on relationships. Not worth it anymore." Um, First of all, Miss Hill, you're not close to 40. You're not close to 40, first of all. And you have to be in a position to meet someone else. It's like someone told me once, you have to be open. You have to have your arms open to receive someone else, not closed to that person that did you wrong. Because what happens is you'll keep harboring those ill feelings towards that person, and it will sour you from any other relationship that you might get into. In other words, you will lump every man into the same category. Well, is he going to cheat on me? Is he going to cheat on me with a woman? Is he going to cheat on me with a man? Is he going to not pay attention to me? Is he going to do this? Is he going to? So you have to be, I'm being nice. 35 is not close to 40. No. So at some point, You have to let go of those old feelings that you have for that guy. You have to let go of it, because otherwise, any other man that tries to approach you, you'll be like, no, no, I'm not going through another 15 years with a loser. And that's just it. If you're doing this, then you can't do this. And that was told, right, let the past go. Hey, Luana. And that was told to me by my therapist. 4 plus one more from Blue Magic. That's what's come over me. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It's the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. We're talking about relationships tonight. One young lady said she was in a relationship with a guy who slept with another guy. Um, I was like, okay, I don't know what that was all about. I have to ask this: were you all having relations before he had the sex with the man, or was that like a red flag right there? It's like, oh, well, you ain't getting nothing from me if you sticking it to a guy, or being stuck by a guy. But what happens is, when your arms are closed or your hands are closed, you cannot receive anybody new into your life. And I realized that when I got married the first time. I was like, I don't want anybody else. I don't want to ever get married again. And I should have stuck to my guns. But anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And, sometimes, we go through relationships in rapid concession, and we don't get a chance to heal in between those relationships. And we just go into the next one, until the next one, until we finally get it right, or just get tired of dating. Like I always say, dating sucks. It really does. It really does. Yeah. So I kind of like the way things are going right now. I like it. I just don't love it. I mean, it's okay. I see who I want when I want to. Here's the first of two in a row from Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, featuring Teddy Pendergrass and Sharon Page. You know how to make me feel so good. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Well, no, I told my ex he doesn't get anything before saying I do. Oh, so he turned to another man, huh? Or turned to a man, I should say. So he figured if he had sex with a man, it wasn't cheating because it wasn't with a woman. So maybe that was his rationale. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it. You know, depending on how many years, months, or days you're away from getting married. But I could see how that would be traumatizing, um, for him to be in the arms of a man, you know. But that's crazy to me. It really is. So, he couldn't wait, huh? My arms are closed, and that's fine by me. Am I bitter? Maybe. I've been hurt deeply. Yes, I have. Will I change my mind one day? Nope, I'm good. And that's just it. That is absolutely the wrong attitude to take, Lady G. I'm sorry, but it's the wrong attitude to take. I get it. I understand it. You know me better than anybody, what I've gone through. Am I willing to go through it again? They say never. If the situation comes up, who knows? Only if the situation comes up. But in my mind right now, I'm like you. I'm keeping my arms closed. I'm keeping my legs closed, everything. You know, I see what you're saying. But if somebody comes along and tries to sweep you off your feet, you better let them, or at least, let them get one foot in the door. That's all I'm saying. I understand how you feel. I feel the same way. Do I want anybody? Mm-mm. Not just anybody. And you know what my stance has been all these years. And that's it. But once again, if it happens, it happens. We can't control what God has for us. Getting biblical on you. He said he lost a bet on a naval ship to a football game, and in Afghanistan during deployment. Okay. Time waits for no one. Stay open to love and happiness. John Caldwell, what's going on, sir? Yep, just like Preston said. Time waits for no one. Stay open to love and happiness. And he's right. He is absolutely, positively right. You know, and that's what my therapist told me. You know, you have to be open to let somebody in. You have to be open. Preston said, "You deserve to be happy, and only you can create it." Nope. Why? Because my trust has been broken badly, and trust is something that is very important in a relationship. When it's broken, sometimes the damage is irreparable. I hear you, Lady G, but the new guy didn't do it. What I'm saying is, if there is ever to be a new guy, you have to be open to let them in. You know, you just have to be. I'm happy just being happy for others. Okay. Yeah, go right ahead. Go right ahead. You know, I mean, I understand. I get it. Trust me. But at some point, you have to be uh, be open. When I meet people close to happiness, I move on. I know that's right. Lady G said, I didn't do it. Come on, John. That's what I'm talking about. And that's just it. The new guy didn't do it. Don't make it bad for everybody else. There might be somebody out there that wants to be with you, and you're like wallowing in the past. I'm just saying. Ooh, baby. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes featuring Teddy Pendergrass and Sharon Page. Hope we can be together soon. Before that, more from them. You know how to make me feel so good. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Green. We're talking about relationships. You cannot be in a relationship. Um, I'm going to play some Al Hudson now. Okay, go right ahead. Um, Something in the past, no doubt, right? Sometimes you cannot let your past dictate your future. Whatever happened to you back in the day, leave it there, because there might be somebody out there for you that's looking for you. But if you have your hands closed or your mind closed to that person, then it never works. It never works. So always be open, you know. Lady G said, I got my mind made up. I heard that. Lawana said, dudes need to be gentlemen. And that's so hard for them to do, because if they've never been raised in a household with a gentleman, they don't know how to act or react. They don't know how to be a gentleman. And many of these boys grow up without fathers. So most of them are on their own. I'm just saying. Anyway, but yep, dudes need to be gentlemen. You're absolutely right, Lawana. Anyway, here's Friends of Distinction and Going in Circles on Bedtime Stories. It's a nation where. Good night, Lady G. I'm an ever spinning top, whirling around till I drop. To sleep, to. I'm talking about dudes over 40, 50, and 60s. Having kid temper does not Having kid temper fits not attract. It's not attractive. Okay, I got you. I'm not gone. You're reading my response to Preston. Oh, my bad. My dad is a hard. He says I'm a hard nut to crack. The last guy ran him away with my M16 rifle. He wasn't used to a woman sitting on the floor cleaning a rifle. Okay. Okie dokie, Smokey. When I feel that way, oh, my soul's at stake. Not a rifle. You got me going in circles. Oh, oh, oh. Going in circles. Dun, dun, dun. Strung out. I'm whipped. Strung out over you. I need you, baby. Mm-mm-mm. I need you, baby. I need you, baby. I work on myself to attract the right person for me mentally and physically. There are plenty of people looking for a mutually committed relationship. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Mm, 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 mm. Sing, Ike. By the destination real. Al, you have to get into the gym. There are plenty of women there looking good. I remember when I was going to the gym, but they sure didn't want to talk to me. I remember this one girl, I never will forget her name. This is when I was going to the Lansing Planet Fitness. Her name was Mariah. And Mariah was just looking at me. I was like, is something wrong? I had to stop working out. I'm like, is there something wrong? She said, no, I just, you know, just find you attractive. I'm like, you do? I said, so you like older men? She said, yes. Now, I know she was just messing with my ego. She was just pulling my leg. I knew that, in my heart of hearts. I figured she was just pulling my leg. I really did. I'm like, oh no, she don't, can't be, couldn't be, you know. She might not have been pulling my leg. I don't know. But, whenever I hear something like that, I'm like, I said, something's up. Somebody put her up to this. Ain't no woman gonna just say, I find you attractive. I like older men. Women don't do that. They just don't. You know, I've been on dates, right? And, they didn't want to just come out and tell me, you know. I was like, okay, cool. And I couldn't, I guess I didn't want to face the fact that I had gotten older and that women don't dig me like they used to. You know, sucks to be them, right? But I'm like, I couldn't, I couldn't. It was just something about that, like she couldn't be serious. She might have been serious, She might have had a daddy complex. Some women do, you know. So she may have had a daddy complex, and that was it. Once she was with daddy, that would have been it, the end of it. So, you know, and there are some women out there that prefer an older man because, like Preston and I, we're more mature. John too. Well, John likes older women, so they think he's a baby. So but it's always different with women. You have to meet them in the middle. You know, but I just think, yeah, sugar daddy, and I think that's where she was going with that. You know, hell, he's in the gym, so at least he's paying, his dues every month to be in here. I've seen him in here a few times. That whole thing. So that may have been the story. Looking for a sugar daddy, and I do love my women older, 55, 60 plus. Whew. I'm sorry, John. I can't, I can't do it. If they're hanging down to their knees, I can't do it, John. I just can't. You know, you can have them. You're older than you look. Okay. Is it Al too funny? Maybe she just uh, found you attractive. I don't know. And that's just it. My ego didn't kick in that day. So, uh, but most young cats be looking for a sugar mama. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Mm-mm. From the album. Yeah, that's right. I said album. Black Moses. Isaac Hayes going in circles right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. All night long, we've been talking about relationships and other good stuff. Young guys are looking for a sugar mama, and young women are looking for a sugar daddy. Um, I don't know if I want to be somebody's sugar daddy. I really don't. That means I have to come up with some money, right? Is that it? I got to pay them to be with me. Is that it? I don't know. I can't do it. I just can't. You know, I give enough money away to not have to pay for you know what. I'm just saying, you know. If you pay for it, does it make it better? No. Here's Zap and Roger. It's all transactional with them. Really? Hmm. Computer love. Some 21-year-old boy attempted to throw himself at me at Sam's Club last week. I told him, no, thank you. I don't drink juice out of the bottle container. I definitely don't eat animal cookies, and I don't drink Similac. Okay. All righty then. You go, girl. Scooby Doo Bop, Scooby Bop, Biddy Bop Bop. Once I was cutting grass, and a guy neighbor pulls up to say, "That's a lot of hard work." Then he says, "You're doing great. See you later." Drives away. I'm not having a man and cutting grass too. Nope. I know that's right. Uh, that's yeah. That's not good at all. He sees you cutting the grass and he's just drives away. Good job. Yeah. You missed a spot there. That is mm-mm. That's not good at all. Yep, that's not good at all. I told the young man if he wants to impress me, bring me a gallon of Everclear. Okay. Mm-mm. Did the younger man, older woman thing? He was 30, I was 40. He was looking for a mama, but I wasn't. But then the nickel turned into a stalker. I had to call the law. Won't go down that road again. Uh, I was struggling. Even 5 minutes would have been courteous, although I actually didn't expect him to. Well, no, I'm sure you didn't. Which is sad. A guy will see a woman struggling with their grocery, trying to put their grocery in the car, and they won't even help them. It has to be somebody from the inside, Walmart, Jewel, whatever, to help them put their grocery in the car. We won't lift a finger to help them. But if we yell, "Hey, free," they'll come running. Damn, what did you do to him? You weren't old enough to be his mom. I know that's right. However, I certainly didn't expect him to acknowledge my struggle, then say goodbye. Plus, he had hygiene problems, funky feet, and body, oh dear. Mm-mm. Oh dear. Don't you hate when that happens? When they got the oh dear and the funky feet? What you say, John? Oh dear, yeah. Not older, but oh dear. Ooh, that's worse than oh dear. Older. They got the oh dear. Malodorosis. What the hell is that? Girl, you should have left him where you found him. Probably on the street somewhere, no doubt. Mm-mm. Mm. Oh, damn. Not oh dear, but oh, damn. Oh, damn. Woo-wee. Hate when that happens. Malodorous. Yeah, okay. Oh, dear. Dreaming. Odiferous. Not the oh dear. See you at the promontory on Monday. What's happening at the promontory Monday? Anyway, he didn't know how to please me, just flopped on top of me and did his business, which ticked me off. I made him take me home. I work with a young man right now. He's been trying for the past 4 years to grasp my attention. No offense, but he can't do a thing for me, especially with 8 children and 5 baby mamas. At 25 years old, must be 45 years of age and up. Okay. Promontory it is. In my eyes, she is always going to be Miss America. Vanessa Williams and Dreaming, wrapping up foreplay. What, not foreplay, but the whole damn show. And we had an interesting conversation tonight. Thank you so much to John Caldwell, Miss Hill, Lady G, Preston Shanks, just everybody. Thank you so much. And Troy, not so much, of course. But anyway, thank you so much. Man, Victor Jackson, who was on earlier. Who did I forget? Let's see. Jamie B. I don't know who that is. Jamie B. Connie Taylor. Miss RB, that's my daughter. Jarita Russell, really? Phyllis Hooper, thank you so much. Just everybody, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Kathleen Greer, that's my auntie. She was on here too. I guess she must have got off when we were talking about sex. My cousin T.O. Hardiman, Phyllis Malloy Bender, Barbara Murphy Dunn, Tommy Williams, and Chiffon Miller. Thank you all. All y'all. Anyway, till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Miss Delicious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, Wisconsin. And we're out. Nighty night. You too, Troy. And of course, Tits McGee.